consistency in applying the FibStalker methods. All right, so if you're interested, by no means, let me know, and we will, and I'll be very happy to help you conquering the market. So I will start a quick review and a recap of this section of this session right now, and we actually had a look at all the main markets we follow. We mentioned euro, Canadian dollar, which is moving lower into the old halfway back from highs to recent lows on the daily. We reviewed the euro dollar, and we mentioned that the 110.80 is an important level. It was tested twice, and we anticipate this market continuing higher. If this market loses to 110.06, we're going to see a test of 109.59. Is this a short? No, this is not a short. This is a long. And then I mentioned again the US dollar, Canadian dollar. For those who are new to the room, you should know that we traded this market around the lows here when the FibStalker timing gave a signal. This market is on top of a large weekly level long, and I have a belief that this market can reach the 158 level. At this moment, this market is still retesting lows here. It's finding, it's actually processing all the shorts that still believe that this market can go lower. If this market breaks the lows here, I have two trades, and that would be risk-free. They are risk-free. So if I'm stopped out here, it would be a break-even plus cost of trading. If the market loses the 135.47, the overview for this market changed completely. The Euro Australian dollar, same story as the Euro Canadian. It's testing the 153.19. And then we looked at US dollar Japanese yen. Of course, I could have started here a reaction higher. If this market continues lower, it's not going to offer easy opportunity to get involved. So I hope that this market will move into 116.36. Of course, hope is not a good strategy when it comes to trading. It's a good strategy for life, but it's not a good strategy for trading. So if the market will not get there and will continue lower, we will need to find ways to trade this market and its continuation into 170 in a different ways. We also reviewed the Australian dollar US dollar, which is totally uncoordinated markets, like a puppet that is moving without coordination. And so when that happens and the market is not technical, goes from being very technical to not being technical at all, I tend to stay away and wait that the market actually finds its way. We also look at the Australian dollar Japanese yen, which is trading very similarly to the New Zealand dollar US dollar here, with 80 level here that has traded, with the potential of bringing this price higher into 83.60 and potentially 85.40. And the New Zealand dollar, similar story here. Both of these two markets, Australian dollar Japanese yen and New Zealand dollar US dollar, have participation on the weekly. This market have traded 65.50, and this market has the potential to move into 68.45. Okay, so it's 9. Before we stop here, I just want to have a quick look at the SP 500 here, that is moving now in extension long. So this market has the potential to go above 1992 here. The extension long has come into play. Sorry, that's not the one. The extension that has come into play is the higher level here. It has come into play on on Friday, and now the market is following up with better level on the 4-hour time frame, and this market is being pushed higher, and we will see whether this move is going to continue or not. I believe that eventually, given how the US dollar Japanese yen is behaving, this market will reverse and break the 1800 level. Gold and silver will trade in let's say in the opposite direction as the SP 500. So at the moment they are correcting lower, as the SP 500 is correcting higher. All right, so this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you want more, you can join us every day from Sunday to Thursday. Tomorrow I'll be flying, so there'll be no I'll be flying back to Toronto. There would be no room tomorrow, but please come back and be with me on Tuesday, and you will keep reviewing these markets and finding good entries. When you're sharing some details at the end of this session, G, actually, if I still have time, let me check with, I will gladly do that. Let me see if I still have time. I will definitely do that. Let me ask. And I just wanted to very quickly do that. So until I'm not stopped, I will continue. Thanks for reminding me that, Peter. So let me look at the presentation there. That's some material that I've actually prepared for tomorrow presentation, just in case, you know, I get some questions on performance, because it's you know, when you do some claims, then you have to substantiate them. And so, as I mentioned at the beginning, let me share this. As I mentioned at the beginning, I have put myself in the same situation as I would be if I participated to one of the most prestigious competition in Forex. Now, what I did, I funded an account with real money, and as I wanted to, and as I had to, and I wanted to create the FibStalker console, which is actually, I wanted to create or reproduce the automation I had in other platforms that I cannot use in Canada because they're not regulated in Canada. So I decided to open an account with Pepperstone on and use CTrader. So this after and I funded an account with 10,000, and I've been using the intraday system on this account, but I have not done this alone. So I have I've done this in my trading room with the 27 witnesses, and this I'm going to share very quickly the results here. I don't know if you can see this. The account is a live account on Pepperstone, and by the way, Pepperstone has agreed to send the statement that I will have in the first 3 months of this year to anyone who wants to request for it by email. And at the moment, this account is at 13,950. So I started from 10,000 here at the beginning of the year, and we started on January the 4th. And this is the equity curve. There were you know, very good trades. There were also trades that I was not able to take advantage of, like a trade on the Australian dollar Japanese yen short. that I mismanaged because I just started with CTrader, and then there were some down-sloping period in which I was timing, and then this was the trade on the US dollar Japanese yen that we saw. Also, I mentioned also on FS Street room, and again we are sloping down here, waiting for the next opportunities, and we have some position open. So this is not to brag, but just to say that these levels actually work, and one thing is to teach and mentor something, another thing is to do it. And I decided to do this together with my students. This is the last part of the statement, and now this is the nice part of it. And again, it's not to brag, but you have to have some benchmarks as well. And I put myself in the same situation if I was participating to the World Cup Trading Championship. And these are the results that you see there through February 18, 2016. So we have Wenchen Zhang, 18.3%, FibStalker, 39.5%. And I can say that I put myself in the same situation that these guys here are, because I've been trading this live with my students. So I had someone who was actually keeping me accountable. So just wanted to share this with you guys, not to brag, but to say that trading using the risk-free trades and looking at levels of traded by algorithms, it's real, and it's something that can provide an edge. If it was not, I would not have been invited to talk at the New York Traders Expo tomorrow, and I'm going to, if asked, I'm going to show these results that I've shared with you. So I hope you appreciate the honesty and openness and accountability, and that's the way I like to do things. And I want to thank you for coming here today. Thank you, Mishari, Jax, very welcome. Kairm, Prakash, thank you, Peter. Peter's having an elephant memory. That's okay. I promised it. I just didn't know whether I had time to do it. I have a live training room. It's only for my students, though. Kairm. There is an option called C-Mirror in CTrader that you can provide things. I know that very, very well, and I might decide to do that in the future. All right. Thanks a lot, Peter. The show, as I mentioned to you at the beginning of this video, I gave you the link, and you can review that. Tomorrow I'm going to present my FibStalker console as well, but I will talk about that more maybe in the future. All right, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the show, and if you enjoyed the show, please, what I ask you is tweet it online, tell some friends, and let's make this show grow. I think it's in the interest of everyone, because the more participation, the more question, and the better analysis, and the deeper analysis you are able to do. So thanks a lot for being here. And if you want to watch the presentation tomorrow, go at the very beginning of this presentation, go back and watch it. And I shared how to join the Trader Expo virtual events, and you can get and watch me live in the presentation tomorrow. All right, thank you very much, and have a great one. Bye-bye now. See you on Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST. All right, thanks a lot. Thank you very much, Pantelis. I mean, I hope for the best as well. Thank you. Bye-bye now.